position of the cars on the track as Fittipaldi already up into the third turn. And Emerson Fittipaldi coming across the short strip and streaming toward the start-finish line. Emerson Fittipaldi off of number 4, and look, already what a tremendous distance he's stretched out as two-time world driving champion Emerson Fittipaldi, the Patrick Racing entry, across the line, followed by Rick Mears and Al Unser Sr.
What a superb start, Paul. That is the cleanest start from the front of the grid. We're already looking back significantly along the track to find Rick Mears, who is running in second place in front of this enormous crowd. Mears clearing the turn 2 there, and you see the other 2 cars right behind him, Paul.
So it's Emerson Fittipaldi out in front. This is second, third, and fourth. That's Rick Mears, Al Unser, and Mario Andretti has moved up into fourth place. Al Unser Jr. into fifth right now as the Indianapolis 500 is now underway and running safely. And look at there. That is Emerson Fittipaldi. Look at the tremendous distance he's already put on the second place car of Rick Mears. Now the fight begins for third as Al Unser tries to hold off on charging Mario Andretti. The fight is for third place. The second lap run at 213.7 miles an hour. So already a torrid pace being set here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
There is every anticipation that a new record speed is going to be set today. As Bobby Unser said, the track, almost a move by Mario there. The track has been repaved. It is very, very fast. Temperatures are cool. The wind has ceased to be a factor. We could be in for a very fast day here.
Well, Mario continues to worry Al Unser Sr. in a battle for third place. The leader is still Emerson Fittipaldi. And now Mario comes to the inside. Can Mario get past? He does. Mario Andretti forces his way past Al Unser.
2 great veterans, both with a great deal at stake here, taking up the battle early in the going. It doesn't surprise me a bit that Mario...
And an accident, the 11 car, that's Kevin Kogan, up on its side in the pit area. A serious accident in the pit area, but look at Kogan. The car cut in half. The car in half, but Kevin Kogan climbs out. This accident occurring up at the head of the pit area. The crews are there, no fire. And once again, a tribute to the safety of these cars. Kevin Kogan climbs out of his broken and split machine. A tremendous impact against the wall coming off of 4. The yellow flag flies. There's debris on the main stretch.
What a star-crossed man at this speedway is Kevin Kogan. We think back, of course, we look now at the end of the pit lane wall, which we believe he may have hit. That's why the car was broken in half, much as Dennis Firestone's was years before. Here he is.
You can see the scrapes on the side of his helmet as the car slid sideways. Kevin Kogan being tended to by the medical experts here. There is the car, the engine disconnected as they watch and protect for fire. That's actually up in the north end of the pits. Now here is the situation. Let's just watch. Coming off of the fourth turn. Kogan taps the outside wall, the inside wall, and then the end of the pit wall. Now there is an attenuated barrier right there at the end of the pit wall. There is also an ABC Sports camera right at the end of that pit wall. The field now very, very slow behind the pace car. Here is that camera at the end of the pit wall. You see Kogan sliding. He comes down. Now watch. Kevin Kogan impacts the end of that attenuated barrier, which absorbed a great deal of the energy in that impact. So we are under yellow at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with 4 laps complete. The leader is Emerson Fittipaldi. We'll be back with more coverage of the Indianapolis 500 after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Today. Now the field begins to accelerate as they come toward the fourth turn. The pace car high on the track dives into the pit area, and Emerson Fittipaldi leads them back to the green flag. They fly down the main stretch. There comes Mario trying to the inside, and Mario picks up second place. Rick Mears drops back just a bit.
Mario Andretti, no question about it, has been so overlooked, Paul and Bobby, this month. That may have worked for him. He was not a contender for the pole. There was not much focus on the Mario-Michael father-son relationship, surprisingly. It was all deflected by the attention to Danny Sullivan and his arm, and Rick Mears getting the pole. So I think the Andretti's have kept to themselves all month. They planned very carefully for this moment, and it seems to be that things are going well for this team.
It certainly did. You can watch, Sam, that Mario knew the green flag was going to come out, or so did Emmo. And I think Emmo saw what was happening behind him, with Rick and Mario possibly trying to get a little run at him. So he crowded up close to the pace car. In fact, they were all past the pace car before it even got into the pit. And that's really a good old USAC sprint car start, what that is. But nonetheless, Mario did get by him in second place.
The 20-car Emerson Fittipaldi is running in the lead of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. We'll update a couple of drivers for you. Rocky Moran was finally able to take advantage of that yellow and get underway. Remember, he had trouble starting his car when the command was given as well. So Rocky Moran, after 8 laps under yellow, was able to get into the Indianapolis 500. And Jim Crawford, who started in 4th position, dropped back a little bit and is now running in 8th place. At the front of the field, still Emerson Fittipaldi. Now followed by Mario Andretti. Rick Mears is running in 3rd place. Al Unser Jr. is up in 4th, and his father is running in 5th.
What you see right now, Paul, is that some of the cars are separating a little bit. There seems to be a distance between, for example, Emmo, Mario, and then to Rick. And the reason for this is it's very early in the race. The racetrack, as far as being slippery, is just still a little tiny bit slippery. The guys don't want to run in the turbulent air for a little while until they can kind of feel each other out. Other than the pass that we saw from Mario, that's about it for right now.
Now, Danny Sullivan is playing it very careful. He has that broken right arm. You're on board with Bobby Rahal right now as he works his way around the speedway.
Rahal, you know, once told me that emotion is the enemy of the race driver. You try to keep your emotions in check, but you know, on a beautiful day like this with a giant crowd like this, if your car is running well, and Bobby's is running well, it's hard not to feel a sense of exhilaration. Bobby, you've been out front. That's
looking out the back.
Yeah, you've been out front in this race. Did you feel a layer of emotion entering into what you were doing?
Sam, I was talking to Ray Hall down at the starting line just before the race started, and he's the coolest cat you ever saw. He was describing how he came here his rookie year. He walked out through the garage area, he looked at this crowd and said, "Oh my gosh, would you just look at all of this?" He says, "I didn't even know if I should be here."
Now here is a car into the pits. That's the 91 car, Gordon Johncock. And the way he wheeled it in and the way the crew is approaching it, it looks like he may also be done for the day, Bobby Unser.
That has to be terminal. It looks like it's something in the engine department because it definitely just shut it down totally. No enthusiasm. So it was definitely terminal, Paul.
Now, Bobby, something we're going to have to keep track of as we watch them take the back cowling off of Gordon Johncock's car, two-time winner at the 500, is the situation with this white line rule where they can't run continuously under the white line. What's your understanding of the situation?
It's very vague, and it's another judgment type of call. I felt that it should either be a rule or not a rule. Not good to do it that way. So the drivers know that they can do it. For example, as long as they're trying to pass somebody or using it for safety. Now, on a driver's viewpoint, that's going to be any time he wants to do it because that would be his argument. The problem with it, of course, is if USAC decides to do it, they can zap them like a stop-and-go penalty, which could, in fact, cost them the race. The rule is just too vague, Paul.
Already now 21 laps of the 200 are complete here at the Indianapolis 500, and Emerson Fittipaldi begins to approach slower cars in the field, working his way through the first turn. He's a great two-time world champion. He really knows how to work his way around this race course, but like all people, he's subject to nerves. We ask him how he handles his nervousness.
With the years of experience, I'm able to sleep. If I found some place where I can lay down and sleep, I love to do that. And I think that's a way to take out this pressure from like a balloon, that you build up a pressure and it's there. And then this balloon pressure starts going down, and I'm able to, with doctors I check, I'm able to get my heartbeat nearly my normal before the race starts. I can be down to, I would say, 65 beats per minute, just a few minutes before the race starts. And I think that's when I'm feeling really great.
Emerson Fittipaldi leads on the backstretch. Slower cars just in front. Didier Taze, he comes around him, comes to the inside now. And the rhythm that he keeps here is going to be critically important to him to make sure that he can get around the course and time his passes without actually getting involved